Today's video, we are gonna start with the very first chapter, that is chapter number 1, The Wonderful World of Science, which is taken from the new booklet of NCERT, the new book of NCERT that is published. This is for class 6. Let's start. As human beings, we have always been curious about our surroundings. We start exploring our surroundings and asking questions right from our childhood. Did you enjoy discovering and exploring the world around you in the preparatory stage of your school? You enter the middle stage, we will continue this fascinating journey, trying to explore and understand the beautiful world we live in. And for that, we have a new subject, science. Welcome to the wonderful world of science. So as we all are human beings, we are always curious about our surroundings. We explore our surrounding and we ask questions right from a childhood. When a very small child is born, he or she asks that what's this, why do we have plants? So here this statement says that we start exploring our surroundings and asking questions about it from our childhood only. So this is a question that do you enjoy discovering and exploring the world around you in the preparatory stage of school? So I think the answer would be yes. As we enter the middle stage, we'll continue this fascinating journey. We'll try to explore and understand the beautiful world we live in, and for that we have a new subject, that is science. Science is a way of thinking, observing, and doing things to understand the world we live in and to uncover the secrets of the universe. Think of it as a big adventure. We ask questions, explore the world, and try to understand how things work. For this, the most important thing is to have curiosity, which is where the title of this book comes from. So the book we are reading, the chapter of the book we are reading is the book's name is Curiosity. So science is a way of thinking, observing, and doing things to understand the world where we live and to uncover its secrets. So think that we are on a big adventure. We ask questions, explore the world, and try to understand how the things work. For this, it is very important to have curiosity. That's why this book name is Curiosity. Whether it is studying tiny grains of sand or massive mountains, a leaf of grass or a vast forest, there is always something new and exciting to discover. Have you ever looked up at the night sky, and wondered why the stars shine, or watched a flower bloom and wondered how it knows when to open? So, whether it's about studying tiny grains of sand or a massive means bigger mountains, a leaf of grass or a vast forest, there is always there is something new and exciting to discover. We have looked up at the night sky and wondered, have you ever noticed the night sky and you have wondered why the stars shine? Or watched a flower bloom and wondered how it knows when to open? These are just a few of the many mysteries that science helps us unravel. The most wonderful thing about science is that it is everywhere, from the depths of the ocean to the vastness of the outer space, from what is cooking in the kitchen to what is happening on the playground. Some of the most groundbreaking discoveries have often come from unexpected places. Science is like a giant and unending jigsaw puzzle. Every new discovery we make adds another piece to that puzzle. And you know the best thing about this puzzle? There is no limit to what we can discover, since every new piece of knowledge leads to more questions and more things to find out. Sometimes we find that a piece of this puzzle has been put in the wrong place and needs to be moved. New discoveries often change our understanding of the world. So science is like a big and unending jigsaw puzzle. Every discovery we make adds another piece to the puzzle, and we all know that the best thing about the puzzle There is no limit to what we can discover, since every new piece of knowledge can lead to more questions and more things to find out. Sometimes we find that a piece of puzzle has been put into the wrong place and needs to be moved. New discoveries often change our understanding of the world. As you go through this book, you will encounter interesting ideas, do some thought provoking experiments, and see how some of what we will find out is useful in our daily lives. And guess what happens as we discover more and more? We start realizing that these ideas are all connected. We will start off by looking at our home planet Earth. It is the only planet we know that supports life, and it has an environment that we must protect. There is an amazing variety of life on Earth. Plants, different regions on the planet, you uh, plants and animals that have managed to survive and thrive in different regions on this planet. You might have seen a seed grow into a plant, a caterpillar transforming into a beautiful butterfly, and many more such observations. How do these plants and animals grow? Of course, to grow, we need food to eat, and especially in a large and diverse country like India, food is so fascinating. Across the country, we have different cuisines with their many tasty dishes. What are they made of? How do we find out? So, of course, we all need to eat food, and especially in a large country like India, food is so fascinating. Across the country, we have many different cuisines. Cuisines means dishes. Cuisines means dishes. With their many tasty dishes. Okay. What are they made up of? How we find out? So, along with food, we need water to survive. With food, we also need water to survive. Water is such a delightful substance. Have you ever run and jumped into a puddle when it rained? Do you ever wonder why and how it rains? So, water is a delightful substance. And have you ever run and jump into a puddle when it rains? Just like here's a river, and if it's raining, have you ever jumped there? Do you ever wonder why and how it rains? So, have you noticed that water freezes and becomes ice when we cool it, and boils and becomes steam when we heat it? Do you enjoy drinking cool water in the summer or showering with warm water in the winter? How do we understand hot and cold, whether it is water or our own body? When we have fever, finding out how hot something is can be important. So, have you ever noticed when a water is freezed, it turns to be ice. It turns to become ice. Have you ever noticed? And if we boil the water, it will turn into steam. It will turn into steam. Then again, there are so many different things around us: the paper we write on, the metal key, plastic ruler, and the rubber eraser in a box, the magnet that keeps the box closed, the clothes we wear, the cup we drink milk in, and so many other things. What are they made of? Are they made of different materials? How do we separate different materials from one another? Then there are so many different things around us, like the paper we write on, the metal keys, plastic rulers, rubber erasers, magnet that keeps the box closed, and the clothes we are wearing, the cup we drink milk in, and so many different things. What are they made up of? Are they made of different materials? How do we separate different materials from one another? We will have an almost unending list of questions about everything on earth as we further explore this book. But why limit our questions to the earth alone? We can ask questions on things beyond the sun, the moon, and the millions of stars that shine in the sky. Whether you are learning about the structure of a leaf, discovering how things move, or separating the skin of a peanut seed. We hope each chapter of this book will ignite your spirit of inquiry, and hopefully you will have lots of questions in your mind. Even though you may not realize it, you have already been finding answers to many of your questions. Suppose your pen stops writing, what would you do? You would ask yourself the question, why did my pen stop writing? Why might guess that the ink finished? You would then test this guess by opening the pen and checking the ink refill. If it is empty, you would know that your guess was correct. But suppose you find that the ink was not finished. Now what would you do? You would make another guess. Perhaps the ink might have dried up. To test if this guess is correct or not, you will try something else. This is exactly how science works. The way you try to find out why your pen stopped writing is an example of scientific method. So, suppose if your pen stops writing, what will you do? You will ask questions up for yourself that why did my pen stop writing? And if you said that ink might be finished, so you will check out whether the refill of the pen was finished or not. If it was, so your guess was correct. But suppose you find that the ink was not finished, it was not finished. So now what would you do? You would make another guess that the ink might have dried up. To test if this guess was correct or not, you will try something else. This is exactly how science works. The way we try to find out why our pen stopped writing is an example of scientific method. Here is an activity for you. Activity 1. Let us think and write. Write about a similar problem that you tried to solve. What steps did you take? Science is not just about memorizing facts and figures or doing experiments. It is about following a step-by-step process that helps us find answers to our questions. So, what are the steps we can follow? First, we observe something that we find interesting or we do not understand. This makes us wonder and perhaps think of a question about it. Then we guess a possible answer to that question. We test this guess through experiments or more observation. We then try to analyze the results to see if it actually answered our questions. Scientists are people who follow the scientific method to solve problems or to discover new things. But anyone who follows the scientific method is working like a scientist. Someone cooking food may be wondering why the dal has spilt over the cooker. Was there too much water? Think of a bicycle repair person trying to find out why a tire is flat. From where did the air leak out? Or an electrician trying to find why an electric bulb is not working. Is there some problem with the bulb or the switch? When we try to ask questions and find out answers in a way, we are all scientists. Activity number 2. Let us think and write. Describe a daily life situation where you feel someone was following a scientific method. Do you now realize that there are several daily life situations where we knowledgeably or unknowledgeably apply the scientific method? Though we all apply the scientific method to some extent, learning science will develop our capabilities for finding situations to bigger problems and solving more mysteries of the universe. And to be able to learn science well, the first and foremost thing is to be curious and observe your surroundings. And when we are curious, we start posing questions, asking how and why. Just remember, the world is full of things we don't know, things that are waiting to be explored. Activity 3. Let us think and write. If you have to ask why about something, what would you ask about? Try to write down how you would attempt to find an answer to a question. Science is rarely done alone. Scientists across the world work together often in large teams. So, if you cannot find an answer yourself, ask your friends to help you out. It is always more fun to discover things together. Of course, remembering that you will not find answers to all your questions within grade 6. Do not worry. You are embarking upon a journey of science for the next 5 years or even beyond. Much like children enjoying the rain, science is all about joyful exploration. Enjoy your scientific journey, keep exploring, and never stop wondering about the amazing mysteries of the universe and asking questions. Are you all ready to embark upon the exciting journey of science? Let's get started. Yes, if you are right, yes, write a big yes in the comment section below. For more such videos, comment down for more, and that's all for today. Do let me know in the comment section below that you liked this video, or you can give me a thumbs up.